Cowboy Bebop brings live-action screen life to the thrilling anime story that's been a fan favorite for generations. Like the original series, this neo-noir space western takes place in 2071 and centers on a ragtag team of interplanetary bounty hunters. Cowboy Bebop fans will delight in seeing the Wild West-style storyline come to life in this spectacular new vision. And if you're left wanting even more where that came from, don't miss these movies that Cowboy Bebop fans may also enjoy watching. Japanese anime legend Shinichiro Watanabe was inspired by several pieces of pop culture when he first created the original version of Cowboy Bebop, not the least of which was Ridley Scott's 1982 sci-fi classic, Blade Runner. Watanabe has credited the film with partly inspiring the character Spike, and he was such a fan of the film that he even later directed an anime short for its eventual sequel, Blade Runner 2049, called Blackout 2022. Indeed, fans will no doubt find some familiar elements of Spike and the entire space western world while watching Blade Runner. The story features a future full of bioengineered humanoids called replicants, which are now being hunted down and terminated by Blade Runners, such as the film's lead character, Rick Deckard. Just as Cowboy Bebop invites audiences to question the state of reality and morality in some key moments, Blade Runner raises some deeply philosophical questions about what it means to be human.
All those moments will be lost in time. Like tears in rain.
Of the many versions of the film that have been released since its original theatrical run, Blade Runner: The Final Cut is largely considered the definitive vision of the film. An anime series that greatly influenced Watanabe while creating Cowboy Bebop was Lupin III, which adapted the manga of the same name. One particular film that Cowboy Bebop fans might want to check out is 1979's Lupin III: The Castle of Cagliostro, which boasts another anime legend at the helm. The one and only Hayao Miyazaki made his feature film directing debut with The Castle of Cagliostro. The film centers on a talented thief who robs a casino, only to find out that his haul is counterfeit money. He then sets out for the titular castle, both to find the source of the fake bills and to rescue a runaway princess. Since its release, the film has been a source of inspiration for many filmmakers, with its humorous tone and rip-roaring chase sequences. Cowboy Bebop fans are bound to get a kick out of the movie that helped establish the Studio Ghibli great's directorial career. Directed by Robert Rodriguez, Desperado is a wild western action film that's directly linked to the creation of Cowboy Bebop. In fact, the first episode of the influential anime series is a creative tribute to the Rodriguez flick. The 1995 film, which is the second in Rodriguez's Mexico trilogy, centers on a mysterious man named El Mariachi who seeks revenge against a powerful crime boss for taking his lover's life.
Not yet.
Like Spike in Cowboy Bebop, El Mariachi is jaded, but thirsty for vengeance. In addition to those connections with Spike, Cowboy Bebop fans will also notice some striking similarities between El Mariachi's look and that of both the anime and live-action versions of the character Asimov. One space western that Cowboy Bebop fans are bound to enjoy is Space Sweepers, which is set in 2092 and features a similarly complicated and competitive future for mankind. The story takes place at a time when Earth has become nearly uninhabitable, and the most privileged members of humanity have relocated to an orbiting vessel with an Earth-like ecosystem. The film centers on a misfit crew who work on board the ship Victory, all of whom have some very dark pasts. The team unexpectedly makes the find of a lifetime when they discover a little girl named Dorothy stowed away in a car and learn that she's a highly sought-after robot with a weapon of mass destruction inside her.
Masks a deadly weapon. The robot is highly lethal, extremely dangerous. It poses a great danger. It could be used to terrorize the entire UTS.
At first, they set out to trade their discovery for a major ransom. But as with so many of those wily Cowboy Bebop missions, the circumstances change quite a bit once more information about Dorothy comes to light. Another movie that gives fresh screen life to a well-adapted manga favorite is Ganso, a 2016 sci-fi film based on the Gans series by Hiroya Oku. The story centers on a group of recently deceased people brought back to life as monster hunters who are tasked with slaying the world's deadliest creatures. In the vein of Cowboy Bebop, the CGI action pic is visually stylish and features characters who have to examine their own purposes and ethics as they fight against unthinkable evils and find something to live for. Cowboy Bebop fans who enjoy the show's slick fight scenes and wild weaponry will certainly get a kick out of the action in Gans-O. Kentaro Miura's seminal manga series Berserk gets an epic screen treatment in the Golden Age Arc trilogy of anime films. The story centers on a lone mercenary named Guts, who's recruited into a group called Band of the Hawk by its powerful leader Griffith, and must fight alongside them in some bloody battles at the behest of the king. As with the crew of Bebop, there are some difficult dynamics at play between the members of the Hawks, particularly when it comes to Guts and Griffith. Like Cowboy Bebop, Berserk has a dedicated fan following and is widely regarded as one of the all-time greats in the world of manga and anime. If you're looking for another story with the same level of martial arts battles, gripping gunplay, and deception that you can find in Cowboy Bebop, look no further than Triple Threat. The pick features a pair of mercenaries who are hired to embark on a humanitarian effort by a dubious client. Instead of being sent to free some prisoners from Thailand, these two are actually being framed for the brutal devastation of a small village, which is perpetrated to free a terrorist leader from captivity. In addition to being loaded with action and starring a who's who of martial arts stars, the film also features some moments of lighthearted humor and fun character energy. For those Cowboy Bebop fans who enjoyed the romantic elements that inspired so much action in the story, you might also want to check out the 2019 sci-fi action film Shanghai Fortress. The film takes place in the near future, when the world is being overrun by aliens. At the heart of the story is a man who falls in love with a heroic commander, and follows her as the remnants of mankind take a stand in Shanghai, defending their planet from their deadly attackers. They're the last hope for humanity, and possibly each other. With jaw-dropping special effects, heart-stopping action, and an emotional core anchoring it all, Shanghai Fortress has a little something for everyone. Thanks for watching. Click the links in our video to watch more from Netflix Film Club. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.